There's truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine. And I would say that actually the majority of men are not in their masculine. And this is leading to women being forced out of their feminine, which for the women builds resentment, distrust, and unhappiness with their partners. When a man's not in his healthy masculine, he has no plan, he doesn't know where to go, what to do. Most importantly, he can't support his partner and allow her to be in her feminine. So then in turn, she feels like she has to take the masculine role. She has to make all the plans, make the decisions, and drive the relationship forward, which only leads to her being exhausted, resentful, and distrustful of her man. There's truly such a need for guys to step into their healthy masculine so that they can allow their partners to feel safe, feel heard, and feel led in the relationship. So if you're a woman in this situation, I'd love to know in the comments, how do you feel about this and what are you going through right now? And if you're a guy listening to this and you're ready to actually take some steps and get into your healthy masculine, follow me for more.
Hey gorgeous people, how y'all doing today? It's your girl Maria David and I'm back again with another interesting video. So this dude went on to say that men that are not in their masculine energy, they tend to allow their girlfriend or their partner, their woman, their wife to bring out their own masculine energy, and that is very wrong for them. And this is probably true because if I'm with a man and he's not doing the right thing for me, it's not like protecting me, providing for me, as in get like I'm not relaxed when I'm with him, I have to bring out my masculine energy. I have to do these things myself. And at the end of the day, when a woman starts doing all these things, these same men will come and say, oh, you're controlling, you're this, you're that, you're not in your feminine energy. But how do you expect a woman to be in her feminine energy when you are not even bringing out your masculine energy? Like you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a man, if that makes sense. But let me know your thoughts about this video down in the comment section. I have interesting stitches to share with you all, so let's watch the stitches together. At the end of all the stitches, I will share my own opinion.
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine. And
this is astrology for men. You guys sound like the divine feminine women. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Listen, you can have the exact same conversation with normal people terms. So let's do it, okay? We live in an era where a lot of people are losing their attention spans. Entire generations' attention spans are much lower. And primarily, this will affect men before it affects women. So naturally, because a lot of high earners are people who have finished school, a lot of men are struggling to do that while women are thriving at it. The only reason I have a problem with this video is because defining it as being masculine is not the issue. People want stability nowadays. Okay? If somebody has money and they work really hard for that money, having someone or choosing a partner that is in a volatile stage of their life is not something that anyone's looking for, especially now that more and more people are comfortable being alone. The only reason I have an issue of defining it as being a masculinity problem is because it's not going to solve the issue for a lot of these men. The problem is that you're going to be masculine, get into these stable positions, and then you're going to find that a lot of these women still don't want to talk to you because now that they're stable and they're perfectly fine being on their own, you have to offer much more than just being masculine. You also have to be a good partner, and that is not going to be taught to you by just focusing on traditional masculinity. A lot of women, especially if they've come from traditional cultures, are very, very tired of men who are traditionally masculine because a lot of them tried to impose their beliefs on them, especially growing up, so they have a resentment towards that form of masculinity. So you have to be prepared to be stable, but also if you're going to enter these relationships, you have to respect them as an equal. If you are so focused on just being masculine, you won't have that because you'll probably only ever talk to other men and won't even see women as people in the way that you need to in order to be a decent partner to somebody who's got it all on their own. Now, of course, there are demographics, so there are some people who are going to be perfectly fine with you just being traditionally masculine, and you can find a person like that. I just don't want y'all to watch videos like this, do all the work required, get to that position, and then still be confused as to why you're struggling in the dating market. But that's all.
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine.
I feel like I can safely speak for a majority of women. We are so tired. Make sure you go watch the rest of his video, basically just talking about how there's a shortage of men in their healthy masculine. Towards the end, he asked, you know, women, how are you doing? Like, how are you feeling? I grew up like super independent. Like, I love the whole be your own boss. That is not new to me. It's different when you add somebody to the mix, still having to be hyper independent like a lot of the time. I don't know, it's just kind of weird because like the whole idea of an alpha male is gone out the window. And then the typical argument will be, well, what do you bring to the table? But we should be pursued too. First off, you didn't even set the table. You don't care to learn how. Second of all, what would I be chasing? You running in circles because you don't know where you want to end up at the end of the day? How can I let my guard down? How can I trust that I can follow you if you've never shown me that you can go anywhere? Do you even want to go anywhere? It's to the point where we glorify the bare minimum, because that's like the majority of what people can get out of their partner. Do you hear how that sounds?
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine.
I didn't watch his whole video, so take this with a grain of salt, but one time I was dating a guy who wasn't, like, in my opinion, masculine at all, and I was so, like, literally down in the trenches that I was like, okay, I need to help him be more masculine because I'm wearing the pants. I literally spent hours looking at YouTube videos on how to make him embrace his masculinity and, like, look at the receipts I have because I was like, no one's gonna believe me when I tell this story. Literally of 2022. Oh my gosh, if he's watching this right now, I'm sorry. Like, and I literally would like screenshot the tips too. It was really bad, you guys. Anyways, we did not work out, so.
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine.
I love all the videos that Kevin has been putting out lately, so definitely go watch those because he has a bunch more on masculine and feminine energy. It's so valuable and he puts it way better than I could. But I wanted to add to this, I think a reason why, at least I, before recently, had been so averse to really leaning into feminine energy is because I don't want to fall into like a gender stereotype. And I think that our generation right now, like younger millennials, Gen Z, is just so averse to following like what are the gender stereotypes, but that doesn't have anything to do with masculine and feminine energy, as I'm realizing. I think people hear masculine and feminine energy and they think, oh, well, that means I have to fall into like a role and I don't want to be in a role, and like it doesn't have to be that. I think that you really have to have the right mindset and the right open mind to be able to understand that masculine and feminine energy isn't saying you have to perform in a certain way that you don't want to. It's hard to explain. He explains it better than I do, but all I wanted to say was basically that I think that's why. I think we just we hear masculine and feminine and we're like, oh, well, I don't have to be that way. Like, I don't have to do it that way. I don't want to, it's not the atomic family anymore. Like, it's not the 1950s. And I just think that we've kind of like swung the pendulum too far where we're completely pushing away anything that has to do with like putting ourselves in a box or like following any sort of like label, which I understand, and there are okay times to do that, but in this case, like, I really do think it is more damaging to like push away your masculine and feminine energy when you should be like leaning into it, depending on what works best for you. And also, I think it sucks because like we need each other to be able to do that. Like, I feel like I need a man in his healthy masculine in order to be in my healthy feminine in some different aspects. True. And it's really hard to find that. And vice versa. For men, it's really hard to find women who are in their healthy feminine because they're not able to be in their healthy masculine. Like, it's like a catch-22. It's wild. But yeah, I think that's why it's so hard today.
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine.
If you haven't seen that video, I'll summarize it really fast for you. He's talking about the masculine and feminine roles in relationships and how most men in today's society are failing to step into a masculine role. In turn, that's pulling women out of the feminine role and putting them more into the masculine role, disrupting relationships. I don't think it's innately bad for men to be feminine or for women to be masculine in a relationship, but it needs to be clearly established and there needs to be a balance. The problem is when that balance is disrupted and one of the roles has to step out of their role or try to play both. This leads to natural resentment, one partner feeling exhausted, one feeling like they're not being adequately loved, and this is the problem. So quick advice, if you're a female watching this, feeling like your partner is failing to be masculine, communicate. Let them know where you feel, let them know how you feel, only then they can change. Hopefully they have the initiative to do that.
And if you're a man watching this and you want to be more masculine for your relationship or your partner, start taking initiative. Women do not want to have to tell you what to do. They want to see somebody that cares and see somebody that takes action to get things done.
True.
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine.
I'm not coming after him as an individual, but I am so sick of this echo chamber of masculine and feminine energy. It is just so overused at this point. To suggest that most men aren't in their masculine is just such a weird concept to me. There's such a balance, of masculine and feminine energy. We have both, and to suggest that somebody needs to be in their masculine 100% of the time or in their feminine 100% of the time is bullshit, and I don't think there's scientific evidence that supports that.
True.
Now, what I do think is women want specific things to feel loved and adored and like they are protected for the rest of their life. But more than that, we look for a man that is high value. A high value woman wants a high value man, and this is what you need to embody. Take care of yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. All of these things will attract a high value woman into your life, and that'll put you in a position of power, which indirectly puts you in a position of masculinity, if that's what you want to quantify it as. Have respect for yourself and know what you bring to the table. Eventually, you're going to meet somebody that values what you bring, but wait until you find that.
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine.
From now on, I'm going to do videos as I come across them, so ignore my face after a long ass day in the shower, no makeup. But what does that even mean? Do we even know what it means to be in your healthy masculine and your healthy feminine? I'm not saying that he doesn't make a point or doesn't bring up good points, but nowadays everyone uses certain labels and words and sentences that I guarantee you most people don't know what it means, not even to themselves. So if I go out there and ask 10 different men what it means to be in their healthy masculine, I guarantee I'll get 10 different answers. And if I ask women what a healthy masculine looks like for them, I guarantee you I get another 10 different answers. And the same applies to feminine. So, from a coach to you, I would say, don't get attached to labels, because masculine and feminine can mean so many different things.
Yeah.
Different cultures have different understandings and different definitions of what it means to be a masculine man or a feminine woman. Now, what I would want you to do is ask yourself 2 questions. When I'm done with this video, you can put your phone away, unless you want to type in your phone, but I would use a pen and paper, and ask yourself 2 questions. One is, what is a healthy human, a healthy partner to you? What would a healthy partner physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually would bring to a relationship with you? Be very clear. Be very detailed. You can use the label feminine and masculine if you want to, but be very, very clear on what that looks like and means to you. And then the second question is, what does it mean to be a healthy partner from your perspective to someone else? Are you a healthy human, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually? Are you a healthy partner? And be very, very clear and detailed on that. Now, if you're in a relationship, if the things that you envision about a partner, what they embody, what they bring to the relationship, are not displayed in your partner, you need to have a conversation right away. Otherwise, don't wonder why your relationship isn't the way you would want it. Now, if you are not displaying or embodying certain qualities that you envision as being a healthy partner, then you need to start working on that. And again, have a conversation with your partner so you can support each other in being a healthy partner to each other. Now, if you're single, making this and creating this exercise, it will help you get very, very clear on what you're looking for, so you know who to let into your life. And it will help you work on those qualities and traits and embodying the partner that your ideal partner would be looking for. And once again, this is not about molding yourself to someone else's definition. This is about you creating your own definitions. Because anything and everything that we want to achieve in life has to be created. And in order to create it, we need to be very, very clear, have a very good understanding of it, and a vision for it. So the same applies to relationships. You want to have your ideal partner, your healthy masculine and feminine, if you may. Get very clear on what that means to you, what that looks like to you. But from all aspects, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and so on and so forth. But then turn that question on to yourself, because you may find your ideal partner, but will they find you to be the healthy partner that they're looking for? So do this exercise, get clarity, and then see how your relationships transform, and let me know how it goes.
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine.
So this guy was talking about masculine men and how there's a shortage of masculine men, and I fully agree with this. A lot of time guys don't know what they're doing with girls because they don't try to focus on the girl and figure her out. As a guy, you should be focusing on your woman and try to figure her out. That is your mission, because you have to make her feel loved, heard, and understood and protected. When you make her feel that, she is going to step into her feminine energy. I don't think you guys should go and argue with women too. Let me go and correct the boys real quick. Oftentimes, when you're with a girl, she might make you feel intimidated because of how pretty she is or how hot she is, but that means nothing if she doesn't have good values and good morals and standards. Everything is about standards. What you put up with is exactly what you're going to allow more of and what you're going to also attract in your life. So you have to be very careful as a guy. Being masculine doesn't mean you're going to be controlling. Being masculine means you're going to set healthy boundaries and you're going to let people know what's up, because you are going to command respect by setting those boundaries. Remember that. Being masculine also means you have to sacrifice. Being masculine also means that you are going to have to pay attention to your woman and try to figure her out. Not for the best of her, but for the best of you and her as a team. Because you have to lead. You have a lot of responsibility. When I'm with my girlfriend, I pay so close attention to her, I look at her. She doesn't even know. She might not know of some things about her that I know. And I don't mean no harm. I'm doing that so that I can figure her out, because she is my woman. I have to help the both of us navigate through the difficult times in life. Why is my car not turning on? Okay, so I have to help us navigate through those difficult times in our life, and these are not going to be easy. Oftentimes nowadays girls also want to attract, like most times girls will say, oh, I want a masculine guy, this and this. So ladies, let me tell you something real quick. If you have a masculine guy, or let's say you have a masculine guy, he's your boyfriend, it's not going to be easy. He will set healthy boundaries and he will correct you. And you might not like it. Most times it might be a hit to your ego or something, because most times guys are not going to stand up to a girl and check her, because of how hot she is, maybe because of losing her. Maybe he has the scary thought, the fright, the fear of losing her, just because he's going to be honest. I am willing to have that conversation with my girlfriend, even if it means that I could possibly lose her, because if I don't, I am not being true to myself. It's all about intentions, and it's all about being true to yourself. I really think we should look at this, because this generation is not going to last that long. Guys and girls are going downhill. For men like me and men better than me who are really masculine and about it, it's going to get only easier. For us, it doesn't take much to really know if the girl is worth our time or not. And for you ladies out there, I know you guys, there are really good women out there. I know it. You guys are there. You guys want a guy who's going to take care of you, love you, make you feel loved, heard, and understood, and protected, and really understand you, and not try to argue with you, There are men out here, ladies. I think you should also, when you truly know as a woman that you deserve a man of that status and that quality, set your standards high. Watch his actions. The easiest way to figure someone out is watch their actions. And remember, always believe in someone. When they tell you who they are the first time when you meet them, believe it. Because sooner or later, if they slip, you will figure out their character. You will figure out who they are. This is the easiest way. This is how I've been on many dates, whatever. I've easily eliminated 90% of the garbage just because I know what I'm looking for. Our values don't align, and I can see what she's telling me and what she's doing doesn't align. What she's saying and what she's doing, if it doesn't really align to her actions, she's not it. You guys got to be really careful. And as I said, being masculine doesn't mean you need to know everything. My girlfriend comes to me with a problem, I'm not going to know the answer to everything, but I will tell her, hey, don't worry, we're going to figure it out. I'm going to go and figure it out. You don't need to know the answer to everything. You just need to know and have the
Make
ability
her feel
to figure
safe.
things out. This is all I have to say, man. I hope you guys can learn and take away something from this, because it's really sad. I don't want you girls getting pregnant with the wrong guy and then he leaves you, and then you set a really bad example on your own child. And I also don't want the guys picking the wrong girl and ruin your own life, because when you pick the wrong girl, she can destroy you, and same goes for the girls too. I really want you guys to have a happy life, understand each other, and build good relationships, and also take care of a mini you, build a mini you, your kids. There's so much more I can say about this, man. But yeah, have some faith in God, have some faith in yourself, and keep working on yourself. Raise your standards, raise your values, understand what your values are, understand what you want, and then when you go out there, see if her values and her standards align to yours. If it doesn't, don't waste your time. Same goes for the girls. For the ladies, you know what you want, ladies. Most girls know what they want, but yet they're putting up with garbage. You have a standard, you have a set boundary, you have a set value that you follow and believe in. Tell the guy. If he questions it and he doesn't really want to support you in that way, don't waste your time. Because there are guys out here who will do it. There are girls out here who will do it for you too. So don't just settle, man. But when you get someone who you align with in terms of values and standards, focus. The grass is only greener when you water it. All right? Focus on that one girl. Build with her, take care of her, love her, grab her, give her a kiss, put her on your lap, show her that you are loving and you're going to protect her and you're going to make sure she's taken care of, When you do all of these things and you're able to say these things to a girl and also prove it through your actions, she will step into a feminine role. You won't even have to tell her anything. And that's something I can promise you guys.
There is truly a shortage of men in their healthy masculine. And
We probably agree on only one point, which is that it's up to men to create a safe space in this world for all people. Children, women, their fellow dudes. Viking women and Amazon women. We're feminine. Men need to be secure in their masculinity enough that they are not afraid of, nor do they feel less than, because a woman like me exists. I'm strong, I'm independent, fully capable of making my own decisions, and I want to be led by no one, male or female. Healthy masculine means that you can stand in your own right and be assertive and not aggressive, and be confident and not a douchebag. Healthy masculinity is that you are a safe harbor for all that come into your life. Sexiest thing you can do.
If you're still here, thank you for sticking around to this point. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so we're talking about masculine and feminine energy. I know sometimes some people are not comfortable with that word masculine and feminine, but then in this particular video we are talking about men that do not bring out their healthy masculine energy and allow their woman to bring out their masculine energy, right? And I feel like in a relationship, a man cannot just all be masculine. It will have his feminine side and it will have his masculine side. Because I saw a video, I want to use a video for example. I saw a video on TikTok, I think last week, where the man is a father and he was explaining when he's masculine to his child, that is his daughter, and when he brings out his feminine energy to his daughter. It was like maybe when his daughter injure herself or falls down, and he'll be like, go and meet her, oh my god, blah blah blah. He brings out his feminine energy. But when he wants to bring out masculine energy, don't do that, it still brings it out. So you have to know how to balance it. And this also applies to your woman. You should be able to know how to balance it. And I feel like for women as well, you should have your masculine energy, because I don't think I can depend my whole life on a man and not work for myself and not be independent. When I mean independent, not make my own money. Like, I don't think I have that full confidence in any man to give them my whole and not make my own money. You know, because if you want to be on your feminine energy throughout and you don't want to have that masculine energy to be able to learn some little things that you should be able to know to save your life, I feel like you're going to have a problem at the end of the day, because you always need a man in everything you do. So this masculine feminine energy conversation, but I personally enjoyed the stitches in this video. Let me know your thoughts about this down in the comment section. What is your take on this video? Thank you so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.